Hey everyone, so sorry the last couple of weeks have been kind of quiet, a lot of crazy stuff's been going on, and I finally got my internet fixed, which I think I actually told you guys that shortly before, but let's say there's a big couple of other things going on. But on the last Q&A, I noticed a lot of you guys didn't really answer. There was only a couple of responses, if not then only just one. And it's probably just because the last week's Q&A, or the last Q&A that I did, was a very, very simple question. It was one that people get asked all the time, and it was just not as interesting. And I do appreciate all of the responses you guys have given me, and, I've made sure to really try to figure out exactly how I'm going to be doing these Q&As without boring you guys with any, uninteresting, really dull and clean and probably very oftenly asked questions that people are used to being asked all the time, really. So, I'm really, really excited to keep on doing these. I have, like I said, a big long list. I'm going to probably start on page 2 pretty soon on just, these ideas for the Q&As and everything. And for this particular one, before I actually start asking you guys a question, I'm going to kind of, quickly give you guys my answer for the last question on the Q&A. And that had to do with what was your favorite type of anime? And there's so many different types of animes. If it's an anime that's non-action oriented, I'm very picky on that because if it doesn't have any action whatsoever, it has to have a very good story. One that really, really sucks me in or really drives me in and just really gets my attention. It really just keeps me watching, and it's really, really hard to find a good anime like that. Some of them can be kind of dull and boring, or some of them can just be oversaturated and stuff. But percentage wise, out of 100 for most animes that I watch, I would say they need to have probably 45% story and 35% action, and like maybe 5%, but I would say like 10 to 15% humor, and the other like 5 or 10% or whatever is left over for a couple of other small things. I like there to be at least a little bit of humor occasionally. There are some very serious animes out there, and Attack on Titan's a really great example of that. But, for most animes that I watch, I like there to be at least a little bit of humor. And I like there to be more story than action, but not too much more, I still want there to be, quite a bit of an action. So, anyway, so for this week's question, my question for you guys is, what do you guys think it takes for an anime to last several seasons long? For example, like Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, and all these animes that have lasted so long. What do you guys think that it actually takes for an anime to last several seasons and just really last long overall? And it could be the way they actually do the anime, or maybe the way that they actually have everything organized, or the pacing. Does it have to do with what the anime is about? Does there need to be a couple of elements within the story? Does there need to be enough action, or a little bit less action? Like, what exactly does it take for an anime to last so long? And there's any key things that you think are very, very important overall? Because there's a couple of animes I've seen that have tried to last really, really long, but there was a couple of times where they really, really messed up badly, and there was a couple of chances they had to expand the story and make the series last even longer, but because they skipped over those chances and really missed those, and even though they had the opportunity, they didn't, and ended up biting them in the end anyways. And as a result, their series didn't last as long as they could have, and some of them last too long and end up being very dull and boring towards the end, or just lose interest. And we've seen a couple of animes where they just throw in a bunch of random stuff that you could tell weren't a part of the original story when it was actually written and everything, and they were just things just really thrown in there, and those things just really stand out, and it just really makes the anime not feel as good as it would have if they would have just stuck to the original writing and everything. But I just wanted to go and ask you guys this question. This is a kind of question I feel like there's many different ways you could look at it. I mean, there's just so many different ways. It could have to do with just the way they actually put the anime to work and actually get it out there, the way that they do the pacing, elements of the story, and maybe there's a couple of like key things they need to keep in mind while they're creating the anime. And some animes do just much better. Not every anime needs to last several seasons. But anyways, I want to hear what you guys think. I mean, that's a really good key question, and I think, we're probably all going to have different ideas as to what it takes. And if you have any examples of animes that lasted too long or could have lasted even longer, and if you have an idea as to why they didn't, then I would love to hear that in the comment section below. But anyways, I'm happy to be back. I'm definitely going to be doing some more videos very soon, and I'm surprised there hasn't been very many Cardfight Vanguard episodes and everything. And oh my gosh, Naruto should be over with the fillers very soon, so I'm really happy to start reviewing that again. I usually would review fillers, but there's just been too many of them. Maybe I'll just review like the last 10 or 5 episodes or whatsoever, and just one big review or something like that. But anyways, thank you guys again, guys, for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.